silly question, but how have you settled here?
Yeah, I've settled in well so far. It was great to get here and get amongst the lads, and there was quite a few new signings, so it was good to come in at the same time as them. Obviously on the pitch of late we've had a couple of disappointing results, so we're looking to put that right as soon as possible. But overall, I'm pleased with how I've settled in.
And you came here. Did you know Mike Phelan previously at United?
Yeah, I knew him from United. He was the assistant coach to Sir Alex when I made my debut. So when I was a young lad, I was training with them quite often, so I got to know him from there. So that did help when obviously I decided to move here. It was good knowing the manager, and I was able to have a couple of conversations with him.
Is he any different here than he was at Old Trafford?
No, he's the same person. Obviously, he does all the work on the training pitch. He was used to that from United, and he's the same here. From my experience, he's just as enthusiastic and wants to do just as well. So yeah, it's been pleasing to see that.
And you guys slipped into the bottom three the other day. Does that do anything to you psychologically, do you think?
I think at this stage of the season, we're obviously aware of it and we know our situation, but it is still early days, and we know if we can sort out a few things, we can put it right. We know there's lessons to learn from the previous games. I think we probably need to just get back to basics and being hard to beat. But if we can string together a couple of results, there's no reason why we can't then start to go up the table and out of the relegation zone.
Before you arrived and at the start of the season, there was all this, everyone's kind of said there were certainties to go down because of the situation, the number of players and everything that you had. Is there still a feeling in the camp, we've got to and we want to prove people wrong?
I think you always want to prove people wrong, but one thing that I noticed when I arrived is, on the outside it looks like it might have been a bit all over the place, but that wasn't the case at all. The spirit within the group has been great, and everyone's got the belief and the confidence in ourselves. Obviously that's maybe been knocked a little bit with the recent run of results, but we know that we've got the quality in the group. It's just a case of maybe getting that one win back under our belt, and then we should hopefully kick on. Sometimes
when you come into a group that's been promoted together, it can be quite a tight, close-knit little group to try and break down. You didn't find that by the sounds of it?
No, not at all. All the lads have been really welcoming, and it is a great group of lads. There's no sort of little cliques or groups of people. Everyone gets along together, and everyone tries to help each other out. Whether it's constructive criticism or just encouraging each other, everyone wants to sort of get the best out of each other, and obviously we need to make sure that we do that now.
And what are your short-term goals? I suspect long-term you want to keep Hull in the league and go as far as you can, but short-term this season, what are your aims?
The obvious aim is to stay in the Premier League, like you said. That's everyone's ambition here, and that's what we're all working towards. But on a personal note, I've been pleased to start the last couple of games in the Premier League. It's not been easy, obviously, coming into the team when we've had a bad run of results, but obviously I'm looking to sort of get underway and hopefully get on the score sheet as soon as possible. I feel like that's where I can help the team. I'm just trying to come into the team and obviously work hard and help the lads get a few positive results.
Are you one of those strikers whose confidence grows with goals, or are you always confident in your own self anyway?
Yeah, I think every striker would say they're more confident when they're scoring goals. Any new player going into a club a striker wants to get that first goal, and then they feel like they'll probably get on a bit of a run. But then I've also got the self-belief that I know that'll come. I just got to keep doing the right things and put myself in the right places, and hopefully that'll come sooner rather than later.
And since you've arrived, who have you enjoyed working with?
In terms of players?
Alongside on the pitch or in training.
I came at the same time as James Way, who's another young lad from Man United, and he's a great lad. And I played with him a couple of years in the reserves there. And it's been great to see him sort of adjust into a new setup, because he didn't have any loans or anything previously. So it's been good to settle in with him. And then also Ryan Mason, who's also settled in. It's been good to work alongside him. So he's been an experienced Premier League player the last couple of years for Tottenham, so it's been good to sort of play. He's been playing quite an attacking role, so it's been good to link up with him. But then also the other senior players, the likes of Jake Livermore, Tom Huddleston, Michael Dawson, the captain, they've all got great experience and a good leader, so they help all the young lads.
Must be good to have Dawson back.
I think he brings that extra bit of composure and leadership to the whole team, which is what we need at the moment. He helps us get organised. So yeah, he's definitely had a positive influence on the lads.
Just have a look at your background, if that's all right.
Yeah.
I don't talk to too many lads who've got brothers who are also playing Premier League. I mean, you don't know anything else, so I can say to you, what's it like to have a brother as a footballer? But it's not the norm, is it?
No. I mean, as you said, for me and Mike, it's just normal. We've actually grown up playing at Man United for all these years, so it is quite strange that we're now sort of facing each other. It's only happened a couple of times now. But yeah, a lot of the lads say how cool it is that we're both playing, and for us, we kind of just brush it off and don't make much of it because we're just used to it. But I suppose if you actually do look at it, we have to be quite proud of ourselves, and it's a good achievement to be where we are. And
you faced each other only briefly in the Premier League a few weeks ago. What was that like?
It was a strange experience. I got to do it last year as well. When he was at Burnley, I was on loan at Preston. So that was the first time we came against each other directly. So that was probably the most bizarre time. So I kind of knew what to expect going into that game. But yeah, it was a bit surreal. But obviously we were both kind of putting that to one side and just focusing on getting the points for our team. And I was glad that we got the goal at the end of that game when I came on the pitch, just to get something from the game. So it kind of kept the bragging rights equal, otherwise he would have been taking the mick out of me, but no, it was strange. Well,
he got that first Premier League goal as well. Yeah. That must rankle a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. It's still early days, but I mean, he's always a threat, sort of attacking set plays and stuff. He seems to get on the end of a lot of things, so he's always got a chance of scoring. But also I've got to just make sure I'm getting myself in there, and hopefully I'll catch him up soon.
And the fact that you've had a brother who kind of you've grown up with, has it made you both more competitive? Has it pushed you both on?
Yeah, I think so. Not so much against each other. So we're in different positions, so we sort of support each other. But yeah, from a young age, we've obviously always been able to bounce off each other, and you kick each other on. Obviously, if one's maybe doing a little bit better, the other one has to then strive to do just as well, if not better. So I think overall the standard does get better. Yeah.
What happens to your parents on match days? You know, when you're or even when you're not facing each other, what do they do? How do they divide their time?
They try and split it as evenly as possible. They sort of look at the fixtures when we've got home or away games, and I've also got an older and a younger brother who is really keen on the football. So we just try and divide it and sort of take it in turns. But when we come against each other, they'll probably stay on the neutral side, but they'll maybe sit in the players' lounge at Burnley when he's there, and so at Hull they'll probably come and sit in my seats.
So you've got an older and younger brother.
Yeah.
Okay, and your dad, does he join in the five-a-side of your mum? Because your five-a-side team would be amazing.
He must be all right, yeah. I think my dad was meant to be quite a good player, not to a professional standard, but yeah, he played in a few pub teams and stuff, so he would say that we get our talent from him.
Fantastic. And have you had a look at the fixture list? And I guess you know exactly when that you're facing each other, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. I think all the lads look at certain fixtures when they come out, maybe against the top clubs or the biggest stadiums in the country. But for me and Mike, obviously, we always have a little look at that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to bringing them here next year, and hopefully we can get a win.
And what about Manchester United? I mean, the prospect of facing them after growing up there effectively.
Yeah, see, when I was a young lad growing up, the ambition was to play in the first team at Man United, but the fact that I'm playing against them now in the Premier League is a good achievement, and obviously there might be a part of you that thinks I want to go there and do extra well just to show them kind of, you know, what they were missing out on, but it was also the right time for me to move away from that and get on with my career. And I was there for a long time. They know my qualities, and hopefully when I play against them, I can display that.
It's a good place to grow up for football, is it? I mean, would you say it's the best education you can get?
In my opinion, yeah, without doubt. If you look at the amount of professionals that have come through sort of the ranks at Man United, there's countless players that have gone on to have great careers, and they keep producing them. If you look at all of the coaches throughout all the different age groups, they really help develop the players. But also off the pitch as well as people. They sort of get their morals and their principles right, so they all have sort of the right attitudes towards the game, and I think that really helps the lads.